Hi YouTube. I want to make a quick video, and today we're going to talk about another piece of equipment that all my videos get nice views on. So today we're going to talk about the Element 26 Velcro belt. So this should be a rather quick video, and the reason I say this is I have a couple quick thoughts. So first, if you're thinking of getting a Velcro belt, you better be an Olympic weightlifter or someone who trains for CrossFit, who has to basically do cleans, jerks, snatches, any overhead work. This belt is really for you. I want to say this up front. If you're thinking of getting a Velcro belt and you do powerlifting, don't do that. I suggest you get the PAL lever belt, PAL lever belt, 13 or 10 millimeter. Those provide way more support than this does, but they also are for static lifts such as deadlifts, squats, and bench, overhead presses. Those work really well. So for this Element 26 belt, the reason I ended up getting it was because a long time ago, if you guys go back until we're talking like almost 10 years ago, 2016, 2015, my first ever belt was a cheap Amazon Velcro belt. And I used it when I first ran starting strength all those years back. And for the most part, that belt was good. And it lasted a while until something happened. And what had happened that time with that old belt was that since they're Velcro and they use a simple system to keep them together, which is this Velcro padding and then the actual Velcro on your belt, cheaper belts like the one I used all those years ago to run my first starting strength method, the Velcro wears out, and once the Velcro wears out, then the belt's basically useless because you can't keep it stuck on you, and you run into problems while you're doing squats, cleans, snatches, that the belt will just randomly pop off, which A, is dangerous, B, can hurt you. So this Element 26 belt decides to avoid all those issues by creating this really smart, intuitive little system here, so it'll avoid popping off on you for the lifts like clean and jerks and snatches. So it's really easy to put on. It's like a normal belt, right? But here's the magic to it. You put it under this black piece here and you slide it under. Now in essence, you can use this as a normal lever belt that's cheap and you can just put it over, but that defeats the purpose of this belt, right? So instead, what this belt is designed to do is that you'll go under this black piece and then over this black piece. So under, over, and then you hold this piece in as you pull this piece forward and you strap it up. Now the nice part to it is like cheap lever belts or cheap Velcro belts, mind you, the Velcro goes off, like I said. And if the Velcro goes off, then the whole thing pops off. So this belt is supposedly warranted at lifetime. So if it ever does pop off or if the mechanism here breaks, you can get a new one for free. Supposedly. I don't believe warranties, but that's what they say on their website. That being said, the magic comes into this. Look at that. I cannot physically take this off. So even if the Velcro is worn out, you still have a belt that's working. Mind you, you'll have this shit flapping around, but would you rather have it pop off or would you have it stuck on you while you're doing a clean and jerk? Because when you're cleaning, it comes off, who cares? You got the jerk up here, just hit it. And you'll just have this at the end, drop your jerk, and then who cares? So it's a really intuitive design. I really like it. It doesn't really mind you do much else. So to unlock it, you grab this plastic or metal piece here, and you pull back as you pull this forward. So that's Alright, so final thoughts. Since I made this transition from powerlifting to Olympic weightlifting, this belt has been the Element 26 belt has been pretty useful. I don't personally use it on snatches. It messes my snatches up. I tried once. That's just something because I'm not used to it, but who cares? I use this a lot on clean and jerks, and to be honest, I think it helps a lot for my clean and jerks. I've cleaned up to 165. It's on the channel. I'm planning on cleaning 185 for my upcoming meets, and I think this belt will hold up. So for what it's worth, I trust this belt. I like this belt. It doesn't hinder my clean and jerks. It doesn't hinder my clean. It doesn't hinder my jerk. It does hinder my snatch, but I guarantee that's just because I don't have a coach in snatching, and it's just technique that needs to be fixed if you put a belt on. I do recommend this belt for that, but if you're going to do anything for powerlifting, I don't recommend this. It doesn't provide enough support for really heavy lifts. Like I tried deadlifting this because I felt lazy and didn't want to pop out my PAL over belt. doesn't give you enough support. I don't think so, at least. If you're going to be low bar squatting, doing all that other stuff, you are better off with one of these guys. And I have a whole video on it, but overall, do I recommend this? Only if you're doing Olympic weightlifting and only if you're doing CrossFit. One minor pro before I forget to mention is that the Element 26 belt is Olympic weightlifting like certified. You can take this to a meet and they won't say anything. This is legal in competition, so that's one less headache you have to worry about. So I think it's a good belt for what it's worth. I wouldn't recommend this unless you're doing those movements, clean and jerks and snatches. Outside of that, I mean, the static lifts, just get yourself a nice, I like 13 millimeter belts for those, but that's just me, or a nice thick 10 millimeter belt with a lever, if not a prong. But if you're doing power movements, this is the way to go. I do recommend it. Way better than the cheap $13, or at this point with inflation, $30 Velcro belts. This is on sale when I bought it for like $36. It normally runs for $60. I think it's worth the price at $60. I would have bought it at $60 regardless, because I'm going to use it to compete in about 20 days. So that's the video. I do give this a solid rating. The only thing is that, the only negative thing I can think of is really that's Velcro. I don't know how long this piece is going to last until this piece is the only thing holding it on. So if there's that one negative, that's it. I don't know how long, and if it ever breaks, I'll make an update to it. But as of right now, it's passing with like an 8 out of 10. So yeah, I recommend it.